So today's problem is Leetcode 832 and it is called flipping an image. So the problem is given an array n by n binary matrix image, flip the image horizontally, then invert it and then return the resulting image. So what does it mean flip the image horizontally? To flip an image horizontally means that each row of the image is reversed. So if it is 1 1 1 then it is going to be first 0 1 1. So it is reversed. And for in to invert an image means that each 0 is replaced by 1 and each 1 is replaced by 0. This is a binary matrix, so it is going to be 0 and 1. So that it means that if this digit is 0, then it is going to be 1, and if it is 1, then it is going to be 0. Very simple. Now I have already solved it. This is the solution of is, and now I'm going to explain it how I did it. So first thing first, we need to know how many times our loop is going to, we have here 3 loops. Inside this for loop, we have 2 other for loops. One is for reversing the current row and another one is for our inverting the current row. That is when we are flipping zeros and ones. Now, and the loop, first thing first, we need to find out the constant n dot image dot length. That means that how many matrix or elements in an array we have. Here we have 3 elements, so we are going to see this console.log n. So here you can see that our n is 3. If I increase it by 1, then n is going to be 4. So this loop is going to run for 3 times. Let I is equal to 0, I less than n, and I plus plus. After each iteration, it is going to increase by 1. So this is it. This is the first iteration. Now let's visualize this. Now this is what the matrix looks like right now. For the first iteration, we are going to be for I1. This is the first iteration I1. Our j is going to be 0 and j is going to be less than 1. Here let's look at the code. If you see that here j is less than n by 2. Why did we do that? We did this because the code flips an image by reversing the order of the element in each row and then inverting the values of the element. To reverse the order of the element in each row, the code swaps the first element with the last element. So the code is going to swap the first element with the last element and so on. However, it only swaps the first half of the element because swapping the second half of the element would result in swapping the same element again, which is unnecessary. So what this means is that, and if we are swapping it, one is going to become here, and then 0 is going to come here, and then 1 is going to come here, and this one is going to come here. So after this 0, we don't need to swap anymore because it has already been swapped. So we need to make sure this does not happen, because if we swap it again, then the number is going to remain the same. So after the middle point, we don't need to go any further. We don't need to play the loop. That is why the code uses mat.floor or j less than n by 2 to determine the number of elements to swap. This returns the largest integer less than or equal to a given number, which ensures that the quad swaps exactly half the time in each row. So as long as our j, this number, is less than the half of the element, we are going to the loop is going to iterate, then increase the j. So first we are going to take the constant image nj. So what is this constant? What is this temporary value? I right now is 1 and j right now is equal to 0. So temporary is going to be the first matrix and index of 0 of j. This is going to be this one. index 1. This is the temporary value right now, and the value of 0 is going to be the index of 2. So it is right now after this code. Let me show the code. Image ij is going to be image I and minus 1 minus j. What this n minus 1 right now, n is equal to what? N is equal to 3 minus 1, then it is going to give me 2, and then j is equal to 0. So what is going to give me? It is going to give me 2. Right now n is 2. So and this ij is equal to what? Index 0. So index 0 is going to be equal to index 2. So right now our index j has become index 2, and then the value of index 2, now this index 2 is empty, it is going to be the temporary value, which is index 0. So this is it. Now we need to switch it, and switching is going to be easy. We are using the template literals, and if in the image ij, whatever the number is here, it is going to, if it is 0, then it is going to be 1, and if it is 0, then it is going to be 0, then 1, and if it is 0, then okay, if it is 0, then it is going to be 1, and if it is 0, then it is obviously going to be 0. Then we are going to return it. So let's look at the second iteration. For the second iteration, it is still in happening for this element. So the iteration I is still going to be the 1, and then for j was 0, so here j is going to be the 1. If j is less than 1, no, it is equal to, so our this thing, this loop is not going to happen. This loop is not going to occur. Nope, no loop. And then our j here is also 1, and it is less than, it is going to be less than n. That means that for the second loop, our j is 1 and 1 is less than 3. So it is going to be so what it is doing, it is checking the second. This one is done. This one, it has converted to 0. Convert, it will be converted to 1. So it is looking at this index, and as it is 1, it is going to be 0. And then for the last one, when our j is 2, when our j is going to be 2, it is going to be, let me keep the equal sign. When our j is going to be 2, it is going to be, as it is 1 right now, it is going to be 0. So let's look at our output. Our output, see, 1 0 0. So this is mainly how we are solving this problem. So let's look at this problem once more. This is it. I will see you in the next video.